Morning, y'all. It's Kate's Garden Chicken and Cat Rambles. And little Miss Cece, the Cornish cross meat bird that fell off a truck that Paul picked up yesterday morning, has made it 24 hours since her ordeal. I mean, I don't know how long she was on the side of the road. Paul just saw her trying to go back across the street. So today she's up and moving. Everyone's doing good. It's a really cloudy day. It's not as cold as yesterday and not as windy. But it's not a pretty Saturday. I mean, I love the temperature right now, but... So I came out because through my window, up here, over to my left, I heard chicken bitching. And not just chicken bitching about like, don't cover me, I don't want you on my back right now, or I want that food, or singing an egg song. It was Miss Flower. And she was standing here on her ramp at a very uncomfortable angle, just squawking and bitching because she wanted to hear her lay her egg. Yeah, they didn't get up here to sleep. They didn't even want to sleep in here, of course, because they like to sleep in the tree now because they're all, they're the cool birds now. Hold a second. So, the day's a little chilly. Let's open that up a little bit since she's right there. She likes that corner, especially when this is open. I think just because she can see out and see what's going on. But I'm leaving her front door open, but I'll close this back down just to block. The wind is out of the southeast today, so she really has a windbreak. It just, whatever, swirls around. Is this one back out? Yeah. So she can lay her egg back there. See, she got a nice big divot back there. She just came out of the little carrier saw her go in, but I opened the door and I used that little piece of plywood right there, and I put up a wall so that they were separated on each side, because that back corner that's open is where she likes to lay. But I don't know if she's gone ahead and laid. She was being quite bitchy about it. Like if she didn't lay, she was just egg was gonna fly out somewhere. Then her and Laddie decided they had to get on the roof of the big coop, and they just got up there, walked around and pooped, and then came back down. But they both came in here and were eating, because her food was hanging up on the other wall though. But so they both came in here to eat, and she, of course, Flower was bitching the entire time. Yeah, you were. And Cece seemed to be doing okay. You started to peek your head out and have a little bit of a snack that I had put in this little bitty plate bowl, and I was standing here watching, making sure, and sure enough, Flower went over there to peck her at her head. So she's a little freaked out right now. You can see her comb and wattles aren't as bright, but with a production bird, and I just don't know, I don't know if there's a standard for. I saw her poop today. It was a little runny, but I think a lot of that could just be stress and eating, or not eating enough. I don't know. She seems strong though. None of these rescue Cornish crosses that Paul's ever brought home have stood. Just stood up like that for long. And she's been standing like that for the last half hour. So, come here, Miss Cece. Can you say hi? Can you say hi to the people? Laddie was very sweet with her. He didn't care. Hi there. And she's young. Yeah, you still got kind of pretty hair. But you got your little heat. She can curl up there by the heat. She's out of the wind. If Flower would have been nice to her, I would have just left it open for Flower to go in and out to lay her egg. But I stood out here a good 15-20 minutes and watched, and she eventually pecked at her. So she still has a little dark spot on her beak. I don't know if she has an injury. I think a little bit of blood, probably just from having her bell rung. I don't know where she fell out of the truck from, or how far, or how she bounced. I'm thinking maybe she wasn't way high up there because she doesn't have a lot of injuries. And again, the only place that I saw any kind of blood or skin is right there on the back of her leg. You can see that scabbed over. Her booty's pretty much bare. That's why it's so pink. But when I came out this morning, she was already standing up. And when I'm not out here talking and making her a little nervous, she gets up and walks around. Missy, you have so many options for laying your egg. You could have gone in there and laid your egg and just ignored her on the other side of the coop. Yeah, you sit in nest boxes with other girls. There's a different young blonde chicken in my bachelor pad. You're not a bachelor. It was his bachelor pad, then it became your honeymoon suite. It was your honeymoon bungalow. Now it's your part-time flop house. See, look at her. She wants back in there. Sweetheart, you have lots of places to lay your egg. You were not nice to Cece. And that was, first and foremost, the quarantine coop. Don't look at me like that, Laddie. Yes, I know it became your special, your own place, but I can't trust you in there. I suppose I could probably, like, partition off, like, go a foot in as far as the thing is, and make a wall that came all the way down the side, so she did have half of this coop in privacy. But she's going to have to get used to them if she's going to survive and live here. She's going to be living out in the yard with these two. Well, these two will be able to come and go as they want. I'll try to keep her in this yard as much as possible. But if I lock her in this yard, then these two won't be able to get in this yard, which doesn't matter. They don't come in here very often anyway. But, you know, chickens don't like to change their routine. And that's what we're dealing with right now. Little Mustang's routines change. You know you can't get through there. Yeah, a while ago she got herself all lost around the base of the tree because she's got herself so worked up because she can't have her leg spot. She's like, I smell up there. That's where I laid my egg yesterday. So, it's hodgepodge, and I do want to take this pallet out of here, especially once I let her out. I need to go put this on my wood pile. This, I might be able to stand up and drag to wood pile. It's just 10 feet long. It's just too much hassle. And I'll just continue to ask Paul until my nice asking pisses him off to the point that he comes out here and helps me with it. That, like I said, I'm going to leave that pile of, that's those billboard signs. I'm just going to leave it there like it's a big rock. Because who knows what's under it or living in it, bugs and creepy stuff. So now Laddie's being curious. He's like, oh, okay, all right. We don't understand. I know you don't understand, guys, but trust me. So once, you know, the other two corners crosses that Paul picked off the side of the road, like I said in a video, were so beaten and banged up that, you know, we could pretty much tell from the beginning that they weren't going to make it, that they probably had internal injuries. This little round one, I don't know if she just rolled or bounced, but you can tell she's alert, she's bright-eyed, she's got pretty blue eyes. I think she was up and looking around. I think all the these chickens are so young. She's probably only 7-8 weeks old, you know, and I don't know how long she'll live, but I will keep her on as healthy a diet as you can. You know, you don't want them to get too much fat, and they can sometimes want to eat themselves to death, but that way if I keep her in here for a while and then in this yard, then I can regulate what she's eating and that she's not getting exercise. But for 24 hours, I'm just glad she's standing, and she doesn't seem to be in any pain, doesn't seem to be acting like she's in any pain anywhere. So we're just gonna leave her. Bye, Cece. Did she go sleep? Yeah, look at her fall asleep standing up. But she's standing up, so, you know, she can... If I knew that Flower wouldn't jump over, I would just put a little wall up now to block her from Flower. Just so Flower will shut up and come in there. We'll see. But yeah, there's the update. There's Miss Cece. She made it through the night. Oh my God, you're determined. You've been to every nest spot and you're just determined to get back in there. All right, I gotta deal with these girls.
Yeah.
Bye,
I
y'all.
made several versions of this video where we're checking in on Cece. That's a nomad. But I haven't looked over the other previous little videos I made, but each time I was getting distracted. So, see Laddie there in the little carrier. That's because Flower's in there laying her egg. Under much protest, she has finally gone in there to lay her egg. I've made her a big, she got this big flower pot I just put in there, but she really wanted to lay her egg in here. She really wanted to be in her normal spot, which that's the only thing they ever use this coop for, is egg laying. But she likes to eat when we're not looking. I did move her food to a smaller dish there. She can stand up and reach this, but I don't know if the older birds intimidated her or I don't know. So she got fresh water and she's got some feed there. Not a ton. Once she's done with that, she can come over here and eat. But this morning, a couple hours ago, I guess, there was just this commotion out here. And when you know your chickens, you know there's a difference in the commotion. Well, Flower was standing down here on one of these rungs, just throwing the biggest conniption I'd heard in a long time. And so that got everybody else, and she went in here to lay her egg. Well, I let her and Laddie come in here, and at the time, little Missy was back in her little warm corner, and I put a piece of wood up so that they couldn't, you know, get to her. And Laddie, like, looked at her and said, hey, kept eating. Flower was fine until Flower, that's her corner back there she likes to lay, but she had to come over and peck at this one, so I made Flower get out. Otherwise, if she was going to be nice and just go in her corner and lay and get back out, I was going to leave her. But, so I opened this back up, but as you saw my earlier video, we're super cloudy, so it's good to see that she's eating, and she's got water, and she's up and down. She's been standing for the last couple hours, so she's got good strong legs, which makes a big difference, and her breathing is fine today. So I think she just had a little bit of aspiration yesterday. So I put, also one of the reasons I put that dish down there is because I put a handful of that tiny, tiny chick grit. Because I don't know what they feed them in those production places. If they feed them, if they're getting, I know they're probably getting a mash or a dry feed, but these are bigger pieces. They may just plump them full of chick starter grower. You know, they get that in crumbles. And so this has got small things, but it's also got some bigger things, so it's something different for her to eat. I did watch her poo today. It was a little, she had a little bit of a squirty, runny poo, but I'm not going to freak out about it because humans get incontinent and have issues when we travel. She has been traveling and fallen off a great big semi truck and picked up by a strange guy in a red truck and brought here where there's other birds that look like her and sound like her, but she's very curious, you know. I just want her to get strong enough and know she's healthy enough that I can let her come out here and run about. I thought about just I'll go ahead and take this out, you know, cleaning this out for her, but if I lock her in this yard, that means Laddie and Flower are totally locked out. And I'd like to get it to the summer so that when both of these, you know, I lift up both these walls and this coop is a place that in summer showers and thunderstorms, they can come up here and get out of the rain and they'll keep their food dry. And it will, and that's what it's been doing pretty much. They have decided that up there's where they're sleeping. They were sleeping on separate branches last night for a while, so I think the whole younger woman taking over their apartment, I think Flower was a little cheesed off. But see, she's standing up to eat. The others didn't even try to stand up. So I'm hoping that she's just young enough and that we can get her strong enough that she'll survive. Now I'll have to watch her diet, but there's Miss Cece. And so the barrels are all coming out. Big grand white. I think that's a daddy. I don't know. That's mine. And the others have been popping out, and I went and looked at the garden, and of course they came running out thinking I'm going to feed them, but nope. It's not supposed to rain today, but I have a feeling it just might. So anyway, Flower has a couple big divots back there. You can see there's one there and there's one there. And she's laid in both those places before. So I put
that back there, because she was looking around back there by that fence like she wanted to sit down on the pile of bedding. That sloppy white cord is just an extension cord for the brooder heater that I have in here, which doesn't provide a lot of heat. I mean, it gets warm. It's for chicks to get up under and press against, but it's right here so she can get up close enough to it so it'll take off the chill. And then of course at night, this is all closed up so there's no airflow or anything like that. Tonight we're supposed to get down to 40, and then I think we're supposed to slowly start warming up a bit. Gosh, I hope so. So I'm gonna go in and have something to eat, and then I'm gonna bring my push mower out and get this yard cleaned up, because if I have to at first, I can isolate her into this yard. That was blowing everywhere. We've had such crazy winds. So I'll get Paul to come out here and move all this excess wood and scrap back to my scrap pile, and then I'll get this. I can mow without, I mean, it's not blocking any grass, but get this mowed down, of course, because the chickens love to play in grass clippings. They love grass clippings, to eat them, to kick them around, just being chickens. Sorry, I just gotta peek at her again. You're doing so good, Missy. Let's see if we can get her there. Nope. There she goes. Yeah. Have to look at her from afar, but she's doing great. All right, I'm gonna end this now. Hi, did you make her a new spot in there to lay her egg? I saw you in there making a divot and stuffing. You're such a good guy. Okay, I'll leave you alone. Make babies.